Okay, cool. So, and that was my interview with Mr. Alex Icon. Alex is a good friend of mine, and I've gotten to know him even better since that episode. Some of the great things that happen sometimes with this is I get to meet someone on an episode and I get to know him better. And Alex is a super amazing, super warm, super generous, caring guy, and he's given me advice over the last few months. And we've got his wife Mimi in the studio tomorrow, and they're an incredible couple who, you know, they're incredible anyways, quite honestly, but they've also managed to run an amazing business that they enable through YouTube. They've got like over 2 million subscribers on their channel, and you know, they managed to run, you know, a hair extension business, you know, while they also kind of live in different places around the world. But Alex said something, and you could rewatch this episode, and I called the episode How to Make Money. You know, he said something really fascinating to me about value and money. And I think as we make the transition of getting out of our head, out onto paper, it's important to think about this. And Alex said this to me. He said, Brian, he said, no one cares that you want to make money. And I'll say that again. No one cares that you want to make money. That doesn't interest the rest of the population. Anyone inside of your own brain, outside of your own brain, doesn't care about that. What people care about is when you add value. And it's really that simple between these two. And so this reminds me of working in the city when I used to be a banker. When I would get a job from a recruiter, I'd be like, well, how much money can I make? And how much money can I make? And what kind of bonus are you going to guarantee me? And da-da-da-da-da. And I wasn't thinking, well, how can I add value? How can I complete some trading strategies? How can I bring some new plans to their balance sheets or their, you know, or their offices or something like that? It was always like me. And I think that's just the worst way to look at any value exchange. So I want to ask you this, and I want you to think about this. How can you add value as opposed to how you can make money? So a lot of people are almost always taught, what's in it for me? How much money do I get to make? What's the hourly rate? So instead of saying how you make money, I'd like you to think about how you can add value. The classic example of this is, you know, some of these technology startups, and I've got about 85 of them in my studio for Silicon Reel, and I speak with these tech startups. Some of these guys are raising money at like $1 billion, and people are like, well, they don't do anything, you know, they're just on a bubble and all that thing. But the reason they're worth that is because they are providing value to someone out there, and they are being rewarded reciprocally with this thing called money. And that's all it really is. It's reciprocal value trade. And so they are thinking, how can I add value as opposed to how I can make money? And it's a great way to come into any situation. And it's something to think about as you kind of go forward and want to think about kind of your future with money, how you want to make it, and how you want to even conceive about that money. I want to go to the tape, but first of all, if you could just type in how you think you can add value. It might be your current job, or it might be something you're really good at. One of my recent guests, Daniel Priestley, said, what is your IP? We all have IP. We all have value that we don't even know about. And it could be, you know, for me, that I'm in London and I'm good at talking to people and you know the YouTube platform. So that's a really good IP. I might feel like I'm just normal, but if you put those together, that's value, and it's valued by someone out there. Probably you guys. So that's been a great, you know, value exchange, and I feel great about doing it. If there's something that you do well that is valued by others, you probably haven't thought about it yet, but it's worth thinking about now. It probably isn't your current job, but it might have something to do with that job. So please just type in if this is kind of resonating with you and how you feel about the make money versus add value concept.
So, okay, that was my second session for today. Turns out to blast my biceps to complete fatigue, where I can only do 3 or 4 reps properly, and then I can only do maybe 3 or 4 pull-ups properly. Doesn't take that long. I started at about 115. It's now 128, so it's roughly 15 minutes, give or take. The pump is ridiculous right now. I'm having that tension issue right now with my bicep. So okay, this was HIT. I guess we can call it cardio weightlifting, if you want to call it that. Because I'm 226 pounds. Call that weightlifting all you want. and I can curl 100. I can curl 100 barbell, and you guys have seen the video of me curling 135, but trying to hammer out back-to-back sets of these curls of just 40 pounds, yeah, that's hell. So that's the second workout. I'll keep you all posted as the day continues. We have family events and stuff coming up, so I may not even get to do another one for today. But if I can get it in, I will. I'll record it, I'll put it up. So see you all later. Have a good one.